Hello, this is Steve at Hydrogen for Health. Today I'm going to show you how to set up and use the H2Life Brown's gas machine. This is the version 2. When you get your machine, you want to go ahead and take it out of the box. Check and make sure that there's no damage anywhere. If you have any damage, please contact us. Machine's fairly easy to use. There's just a few steps that we need to follow to get it to work the way it's supposed to. First thing we're going to talk about is how to fill the water reservoir and how to fill the bubblers on the side here. First thing you want to do is we're going to go ahead and plug it in. Alright, now I have it plugged in. What we want to do now is go ahead and hit the power switch. The reason why we have to have the power on is because we need to see the reservoir lights. Right here we have the low light, which is the fill reservoir. This is the red light. That'll come on when the reservoir is low and you need to fill it with water. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fill the machine with water, but before that we need to put in our sodium hydroxide. This is our lye, and when you're using sodium hydroxide you want to be extremely careful with it. If you get it on your skin, it can irritate your skin and cause burns. So for this machine, it takes 3 grams of sodium hydroxide. So what we want to do is we want to measure out 3 grams of this, and we're going to go ahead and put it in the reservoir up top here. In your kit, you'll have a scale. Has a top on it. I want to take that top off. That. Okay, you're going to need something to pour your sodium hydroxide into. So we just use any cup. Right here I have a styrofoam cup. But we want, this cup does weigh something, so we want to make sure that this scale is zeroed out with the cup on it. So we're going to put the cup on the scale, and we're going to press the power button. And you can see that it's all reading all zeros. Now what we want to do is take our sodium hydroxide, take the cap off, and we're going to measure out 3 grams sodium hydroxide. So on this scale it has a 0, then a decimal point, and then 2 zeros after the decimal point. Right there you can see it's 3.00, that's 3 grams. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put the lye into the machine. So take our cap off here, take our yellow funnel, stick our funnel in right there, take our contents of the cup and dump it right into the machine. I like to give a tap on the top of the cup, make sure you get it all in there. Okay, now what we want to do is fill the machine with distilled water. Some distilled water here. Now this machine takes only distilled water. Any other kind of water will damage it, so you want to make sure that you're using distilled water. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and fill the machine. You want to fill it slowly, because it'll take the water slowly. And as we're filling it, you'll see that the red light will go out. Okay, the red light's out. Now we're going to keep filling it until our green light comes on. Now the green light's on, we're going to stop filling it. This means that the reservoir is full. When that green light comes on, take our funnel out, we'll put our cap on. Now you want to get the cap snug, but you don't want to go too tight on the cap. Now we're going to go ahead and fill our bubblers. I'm going to turn the machine off for just a second. You can leave the machine off if you want, but for the sake of the video and the noise, I'm going to turn it off. The bubblers are easily detachable. There's a little clip here in the back. You're going to push that clip back and pull the bubbler out. On the bubbler you'll see that there's a minimum and a maximum. We're going to fill this to just above the maximum level right in here, about 1 inch from the tan portion down into the bubbler. So just unscrew the bubbler container. And what you want to fill this with is distilled water. You only want to use distilled water in your bubblers because we're going to use the bubbler water to fill our machine when it gets low on water. and I'll show you how to do that later. To just above the maximum line, right about there. There, let's put that back in its caddy. Okay, I'm going to turn the machine back on. The machine is ready to start now, but right now I'm going to show you how to set the timer. When you get your machine, it's going to be set to 30 minutes. When you start the machine, it will count up to 30 minutes. In order to change the amount of time that it's on, we're going to go ahead and press the top right button one time. You'll see it, this top number start to flash. And these arrows up on the left side will change the amount of time you breathe. Let's set it to 25 minutes. Now this number on the bottom is just a reference. You press this button one more time, you can change the bottom number. The bottom number won't move, but it's just a reference as to how many minutes you're going to breathe. So when you're done with that, you can just let it stop flashing on its own, or you can press this top right button again. That's how easy it is to set the timer. Now to start the generator and start the gas flow, all we do is press this bottom right button. You'll see the red out light will come on. This means it's starting to make gas. Now it might take a minute or so for it to get going. You know it's making gas by the bubblers here on the side. You'll start to see gas flow into the back bubbler first, and then you'll see gas flowing into the front bubbler. Now we're ready to connect our cannula. Alright, your kit will come with a nasal cannula, and it will also come with a diffusion stone for making hydrogen water. The cannula will connect to the front bubbler on this output port right here. You simply take it and press it onto that fitting, just like that. And now you're ready to breathe. Hydrogen water is also easy to make. Disconnect your cannula. We'll take our hydrogen diffusion stone, push it onto the output port, get your glass of water, and you just put the stone down into the water. It makes hydrogen water rather quickly. This size glass of water, which is about 500 milliliters, you want to drop your diffusion stone into your water for approximately 5 minutes. If at any time you need to stop the process, all you do is press the bottom right button one more time. You'll see that the out light will go off and it will stop producing. As you can see, it's still producing here. The machine's off, but there's pressure in the system already that's forcing the hydrogen out. It'll slowly stop producing. Also on the timer, you can see that it's counting down from 25 minutes. And when it hits 0, the machine will shut off. Red out light will turn off like it is now, and the machine will shut off. When you're done breathing or using the machine, just simply press the power button, and that turns everything off. A couple more things to note with this machine. If you turn it around, there's always a way to get a hold of us, and there's always a way to view this setup video. Just look on the back of your machine. You want to view setup video before use. It's at www.hydrogen4health.com/setup. If you have any questions for me, please email me at info@hydrogen4health.com. Now we're going to go over maintenance. You can see the green light's on right now, and now it's gone off. That's okay. When the green light's off, that means that it's not completely full. And you could go ahead and fill it with a little bit of water, but it won't take much. You want to let it use the water until the red light comes on. When that red light comes on, then you know it's time to fill the reservoir. To fill the reservoir, all you have to do is take the top off, put in your funnel, and now you're going to add just plain distilled water. We do not need to put any more electrolyte into the machine. Add your water until the green light comes on. You can see the green light's on now, so we're full. And put our cap back on. The water in the reservoir should be changed every 100 to 150 hours of use. This is an approximate number. Doesn't have to be exact, but you want to keep the inside of the machine clean by emptying out the water and refilling it with fresh water. This will increase the longevity of the machine and keep it running for years. The bubbler water needs to be changed every 20 to 30 hours of use. And this bubbler water can be used to fill the reservoir when it needs water. So what I like to do is I like to get myself a water container, and on the side I'll write sodium hydroxide, and I'll dump my bubbler water into this container so that when the machine needs to be filled, I can just use my old bubbler water. Any lye that escapes the machine and ends up in the bubbler will then be using it to refill the main reservoir tank. That way you don't ever have to put lye in it between maintenance intervals. To change the bubbler water out, we want to turn our machine off, pull out our canisters, and then we'll unscrew them. We're going to empty this water out into our container, and then we'll take fresh distilled water and we'll fill our bubblers back up. To drain the main reservoir tank, we have our reservoir port and drain here. First thing you want to do is take the cap off the top, take this drain plug and pull it out. Tube will come out. You're going to take your machine over to the sink and you're going to pull the plug out. Now this plug is a little bit hard to get out, so you need to hold it here and just kind of wiggle it and turn it until it comes out. As you can see, I don't have the hose pushed all the way up on it. All I do is go about a third of the way up. That way it's easier to get off the next time I need to drain the machine. About a third of the way up is plenty to seal the machine. And when you're done draining the water, replace your plug and push the tube back into the machine. Then you're going to go ahead and fill the water like I showed you in the beginning of this video. The newest version of the machine will have this new style drain on it, and you'll get a hose like this in your accessories. To empty this, all you do is press this hose into the socket, and then the water will drain out of this hose. So if you want to go ahead and bring it to the sink, press this in, it'll start to drain out. And then to release it, you simply press this button on the top and the hose will come out. Well, this concludes this video. I want to thank you for choosing Hydrogen for Health and for purchasing our machine. We greatly appreciate it, and if you need any help, we are here for you. Contact me at info@hydrogen4health.com or go onto our website and catch me in the chat window. This is Steve. Thanks for watching.